so you're Gen Z. What I tell people who are Gen Z, because I'm a millennial, and it's like, for us, it's going to be different for us than it was for our parents, right? So our careers are going to have to be we're going to have to be more flexible because we don't have the traditional, oh, you graduate from college, you get a job, and you work that job for like 30 years and you retire. We have a lot more opportunities because of social media and technology. So almost anything could be a job because some people will do podcasting like you're doing, that's a job, or they have a YouTube channel, or I have younger cousins who watch people's YouTube channels, and there are kids on there who are reviewing games and toys. So career is subjective. You have to be flexible and just open to opportunities. And just for us, for my generation and yours, you have to be open to trying things and don't limit yourself, and then just see what's around you. And when it comes to picking a career to make sure it's meaningful, again, I would circle back into what do you like to do? What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What is something that you can do over and over that you never get tired of doing? Like something that you just really enjoy. I don't care. I had someone tell me that they liked watching movies. Like, I just really like movies, right? And I think she was just trying to throw me a curveball because I was her working with her in the Student Services Center. And I said, well, if you really enjoy watching movies and you're like, she likes analyzing movies. I asked her, I said, have you ever thought about working as a production assistant? Have you ever thought about going into media? Have you ever thought about being a critic? Have you ever thought about working for, your local movie theater or your local theater in that way? Have you tried to, write a movie yourself or direct a movie? Because there are people whose jobs it is to be a critic, a movie critic. That can be your job. And, she was just looking at me and she's like, I never thought about that. Whatever interests you. And again, just like meaningful and success is different because there are some people who it's really meaningful for them. Let's say you're really into, I don't know, tell me one thing that you're interested in. What are you yourself? What are you passionate about?
Disability rights.
So if disability rights is your thing, so I'm going to ask you, what do you like to do? What's a hobby of yours that you really like?
I like to read a lot of stuff, like just everything, and then just sometimes write about it, break it down, explain it. Yeah, I'm going. I know, thank you. Yeah, thanks. I have to go to my educational therapist in 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll wrap it up. So, and I'll answer that real quick. Okay. So if you really like reading things and breaking it down, you could be an analyst. You could be a writer. You could be an editor because you're breaking it down. You could do research when it comes to disability rights. And let's say you can do research on disability rights and read about those laws and maybe write a book on how to help students who have disabilities in college. So there's always something for you to do. And I just want you to dream big, and nothing, like I said, nothing's too small. Whatever you're interested in, you can make that into a career. Even if you think it's something small, like I like to read things. Okay, and I like to break things down. Sounds like you like research, and it sounds like you want to like analyzing things. So you could be an analyst. So that's what I would say. And I'm going to answer the last two questions you sent it to me because I don't want you to miss your appointment. So when you said, what does every student and working person need to know about academia and the work world? Academia is very broad. You have people who are in academia and all they do is research. You have some people who are in academia and they teach. You have some that do what I do and they work in student services. You have some that, there's a cashier's office, there's a financial aid office, there's a recreational office. If you're into rec centers, there's someone who coordinates those things. Someone who's over student associations, so they work close with students. If you have a basketball team or a sports management team, you can get into sports management. There's so much to do with in regards to academia, to where there's almost like no limit to it. So you just need to know how broad it is. It doesn't always go down to teaching and not teaching, because there's so many different things and so many different programs on campus that you can get plugged into. So that's what I would tell every student that and working person, that academia is broad. Some of it's research, some of it's not. You have people whose job it is to coordinate events. They're an event coordinator. So the things that's going on campus that students go to, like if it's a party or it's like a whatever it is, there's someone who does that. So plug into that. And the last one you asked, what's the most important advice that I want people to remember? Like I said, I want you to know that you matter and that you have value just because you exist as a human. You don't have any less value than anyone else that's on this earth right now. I don't care who it is. I love Beyonce, but her value is not more than mine and vice versa. Like, you matter, and just because you exist in this time as a human, you have value. And there is none that's greater than the other, because it matters whose lives you touch and what you leave behind and how you make a difference. So if I don't care if it's something as small as one of the things I like to do and I miss doing because of COVID is I love the library. It's my favorite thing. I'm a nerd. I like reading to kids because my son really enjoyed it when I used to read to him when he was a little kid, and I would have voices for characters. That's important. That's going to change someone's life. That impacts the community. So just know that you matter. Your voice matters. What you do for the community and for the world matters. Nothing is too small. Have courage in yourself. And one of the things I tell people all the time is that you never lose when you bet on yourself, ever. You will never lose. Even if something doesn't work out the way you wanted it to, you're still not going to lose because you took the chance to bet on yourself, and you'll figure out if there's something you like or don't like, if you're good at it or not. But you never lose when you bet on yourself. You never lose when you lead with your heart.
That was so amazing. Thank you so much. Glad to have you on.